Hello world, Jeff with World9 Cards here, and today there's something I'd like to get off my chest. So, as of February 12th, 2026, we are unequivocally in the peak hype of the Pokemon TCG bull market. It's been this way for the last 18 months minimum, and you could argue that it's gone all the way back to when 151 came out and reignited the Pokemon trading card game. Here are some events that have just happened in this last week. You had the release of Ascended Heroes, which is a smash hit of a set, and you had the Super Bowl happen, where none other than Lady Gaga goes on the screen and starts singing the Jigglypuff song. It was incredible. I loved it. And everybody on the internet is really excited about that. Hey, did you see it? Did you know that it's Pokemon's 30th anniversary? Oh, no one told me. I haven't seen that on message boards ever. No, it's all anyone can talk about. It's a 30th anniversary, right? So it has to go up. Well, that leaves me sitting here wondering, if everybody's saying that the market's only going to go up, then how could that possibly happen? And I'm going to hit you with some data, some broader economic data that I'm sure is going to make many of you leave this channel immediately. So, first of all, did you know that America is in $1.2 trillion of credit card debt? 1.2 trillion. That's enough to buy every single Bitcoin in existence. All of them, with a little bit to spare, by the way. Second, the labor market for young people is abominable. If you're young and you're graduating college now, I don't have words to say. I don't have words for you. I mean, just keep going, I guess. And I thought maybe that's part of the reason that you see so many people outside of Target going after boxes, because they can take that and go home and reliably make money. But here's where I get tripped up, is how they're doing that. So, of the $1.2 trillion of American debt, here's a number that's going to blow your mind. Between 30 and 40% of those borrowers are maxed out on their credit cards. That means that if an emergency happens, like their car breaks down, their tire blows up, they need to pay a co-payment for a health bill, they're fucked. Sorry, you get to stay on the treadmill and be chased by all of this credit card interest. Thanks for playing. You lose at America. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. So then I wonder, how many young people, influenced by seeing everyone's heavy bags, everyone is an investor, everyone's a collector now, everyone has a card shop, I know. Now, how many of them said, well, you know what? The job market's really tough right now. I can't go get a job. I can't work in my field. It's too competitive. AI's squeezing out everyone. But I was giving a credit card with a $5,000 limit, which means that if I can continually buy ETBs off of Target shelves, I can take that, whoop, Target circle, boop, put it in the bag, drive home, and double my money. No problem. No problem at all. But there is a problem. The problem is that behavior only works as long as the market is going up. That's a problem because if you are maxed out on your credit card, and if you're putting it in this, and a disaster comes your way, you have nowhere to run. And what happens then? That means you're going to have to sell at a loss, or find more credit, or get pounded by interest fees. Those are the three options. So what happens when we have a population that's heavy in debt, a backdrop of everyone saying Pokemon only ever goes up, oh, and broader economic uncertainty, which, did you see Bitcoin lost half its value since October of 2025? But Jeff, Bitcoin and cards aren't correlated. Did you see Destined Rivals drop down to 220? No. Nope. I am perfectly safe. You're ignoring all the data. You need to take this seriously. You need to take the fact that an asset that somebody could put in their 401k reduced its value by half in 3 months. And you think that you're going to be safe in cardboard? And you think that your maxed out credit card, that you're going to be able to pay that off? So here's where it all comes to a head. We have Perfect Order coming out at the end of next month. And boy, does this set suck. It looks like absolute trash, man. Like, it is led by Starmie, Meowth, Zygarde, and Clefable. Yo. Oh, man. That is a bench mob if I've ever seen one. And it's going to lead the set. Even as of right now, booster box prices are about $200 on TCG Player before shipment. So what does that tell me? Well, that tells me that the people who are maxed out currently, when that cycle comes through, right? You have 4 to 6 weeks from when you make that purchase to when generally the statement is due. You have 4 to 6 weeks. That means when the Ascended Heroes cycle comes due, what's going to be waiting for people? What's going to be waiting for them on the shelves? Perfect Order? Perfect Order, which nobody's going to be able to resell for a profit. So what happens to people with heavy bags then? What happens when that credit card statement is coming due and they need to make a payment and they have no capital? That means they're going to have to sell. Now, this is where it gets fun. What happens if there's multiple consecutive sets that nobody wants? And now, instead of 2 months since the release of Ascended Heroes, a good set, which is resellable, now you're at 4 months. And now, the credit card statements that you were unable to pay off because you couldn't roll your profits from Ascended Heroes into Perfect Order are coming due. What then? I can tell you what's going to happen. And I'm going to tell you something that nobody wants to hear. Is that the market, only at that point will the market crumble. So, in conclusion, if you're one of those people and all you've been pumped with for the last 18 months is that Pokemon only ever goes up, and if you have a maxed out card, please, 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 please consider de-risking. Please consider selling some of your assets. And please, for the love of God, use your debt responsibly. Well, that was my first talk. I really had a good time doing it. It's been on my mind for quite a bit now. Generally, I do think that we should, as collectors, be very, very careful. When the entire market thinks one way, well, the other way is often the direction to go. I'm not saying sell everything right now. My point is look at the evidence. Look at the evidence that's saying, maybe you should be careful. That's all. Thanks for sticking around till the end.